On today's episode of Based After Dark.
Before we move on, Nine Rain, like, if you got into a fight with C Engineer, I'm pretty sure he would smoke you, let's be honest.
He would smoke me, dude. It wouldn't be close.
Not
Wait,
that
really?
but one. I love how your VTuber eyes opened up when you said that. You would smoke me.
Dude,
There was a guy who poses my name trying to scam people, and I actually got kind of offended because he tried to scam one of my friends for an ACB, and I was like, "You, dude, if you're gonna pose as me, go for something more than an." First of all, I'm an Iron Man. You can go ahead and do all the work and try to fight and grind out. I'm starting my new series, Unethical PK, where I just pay actors to look sick as fuck.
Dude,
he's so good.
Based
After Dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 79 of Based After Dark. I'd like to give a big shout out to our patrons. We love you all. Thank you so much for supporting us. Today we are gathered with Tasty Life from YouTube. We got Hamzy IRL, Nine Rain in the 2D form, and the Slayer of the Dare, Mr. Messiah. How are you doing, fella?
Hey, I'm doing good.
How are we all doing?
Thanks for having me.
That's good, man.
I thought
you were about to start like a sermon at the beginning there that we have gathered here today.
Well,
He's still in his D&D character a little bit. I've been like rolling around, like still doing the voice every now and then, man. I'm still. We did that. If you're watching right now, last episode we concluded our D&D campaign. That was a lot of fun. First time for almost all of us, actually, except for Nine Rain. But you know, shout out everyone that watched that. That was a good time, man.
Yeah, I really enjoyed your experience, Nine Rain, because I feel like you opened up a lot of options that none of us would have even thought about for like role playing. It was good. And I will say the guest today is the important person, but I do have one question for Nine Rain. Why are you 2D again?
Dude, my camera, the cable just is not working. I don't know. It's like a long story. It's a long story, boring stuff. Like it's half working, half not, which is more confusing.
How's your VTuber model tracking?
Dude, it's a different camera. It's a really shitty camera that
smart.
This is better than putting the quality of the camera that this one's tracking with. It's so bad.
Okay, well, that was my only question.
There you go.
That's all I got.
The real answer is he didn't want to put on makeup today. I get it, bro.
This is my pretty face, man. I'm just feeling a little ashy, and I don't look good in the light.
You look good.
I'm super dry today, actually. I totally I feel that one.
That's okay. Well, Messiah, was there a Slay of the Day today? I just want to know.
Yes, there was a Slay of the Day. I'm trying to think. Yes, there was indeed. I try and upload most days, but I have to skip a day every so often because I would run out of content if I posted every day. So
you typically do these in like short form, like quick videos, yeah?
Yeah, like 60-second videos on YouTube, that kind of thing.
Okay, so how do you decide who's going to be the Slay of the Day?
I always do shorts. I mean, I've dabbled a little bit with the long form stuff, but I think I have a lane in shorts, and for now, I'm sticking to it. But the pressure.
I think you're the best. You are the highest quality YouTube store in the RuneScape sphere.
Dude, shorts are so underutilized. I'm glad we have at least one person like taking that angle full force.
Yeah, thanks for doing that for us, man. I was just fucking
someone's
lazy.
got to be doing it, bro. Someone's got to do that for us, dude.
I mean, shorts are underutilized, of course, but like, don't you think most people nowadays are like dipping their toes in that? And we've seen like quite a rise of people using shorts nowadays, whether it's to advertise their long videos or just like me to make the actual content on them.
Yeah, I mean, we've been experimenting on Behemoth with doing shorts. Just like if not for anything, just for scientific research, just to see how they perform, like what people are interested in, if that brings people to our channel. But yeah, ultimately, I would say our shorts are more of an advertisement for our long form videos. You seem to be exclusively shorts because they're fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can say a lot in a short, and I think there's the potential that they go viral because that sort of form seems to have a little bit of virality to it sometimes. But the pressure is mounting for me to make long videos and to do stuff like streams. So I think maybe towards the second half of the year, I'm going to be making a few 10-minute videos, I think.
Oh, really?
Ooh, are we going to see any streams though? That'll be. Have you streamed before? Because it's a whole different ballgame.
Dude, totally. I'm nervous to stream, man. Like what you guys do is difficult.
I want to calm you down here. You're nervous to stream. You fucking should be. It's terrifying, but you should still try it.
Yeah.
Nightray gave up a long time ago, bro. He streamed 6 hours of a 600-hour kit contract.
I don't really like streaming that much. It's just personal preference. Like I don't know. I didn't get very much enjoyment out of it, and it was super exhausting for me. And then my YouTube stuff would suffer because I was like, I would stream and just be like, I don't want to edit today. I'm tapped.
That's valid.
So,
super valid, yeah.
And so a lot of the I feel like it's kind of split that way because a lot of the guys that I know that do just YouTube feel the exact same way about streaming. It's like, dude, I don't know if it's a personality thing or what, but yeah, for me getting on camera and doing that for that long is like, I don't know if I'm trying too hard or what, but
it is draining. It's just two entirely separate skill sets is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried streaming at all?
So I practice streaming to my friends in Discord. You know,
Let's
I have
go.
my stream up. Sometimes the face cam goes on.
I practiced. I did 3 practice streams before I ever went live.
Really? That's a thing?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I also have I have a burner Twitch set up, right? And I sometimes go live on the burner and I'll send like the link out to a few mates, like, yo, check my audio. Do I sound all right? Et cetera, et cetera. But the thing I'm really worried about with jumping into streaming is like, what if nothing interesting happens on my stream? What if I'm like hopping worlds at like rev caves for like 60 minutes and I don't like see another PK or whatever, you know?
That's gonna happen.
Dude,
I was gonna say
that's every stream, dude.
That's
You
okay.
have to be the entertainment. You're the entertainment, not the gameplay. Dude. That's the difference.
True. Or if you're raiding, you don't get a purple, or you know, like or if you just planking at the raid 24/7. That's the kind of thing that worries me. But
you can turn that into content. It's not that hard.
Yeah, that's T-Papa's whole stream career is dying in raids. Dude.
Yeah, it's really, you can die. They almost like the dying more. I'm not gonna lie, you know.
No, they really might actually. Yeah.
I mean, don't ever stress about like the content that's actually going on the stream. I think like one of my best streams I ever did was a bank cleaning stream. I just was so fed up with my bank, and I was like, I need to organize this. I was like, do you guys have any input? And the chat just started exploding. People were like, actually put this there. Yeah. People just started setting their screenshots for reference of what their banks look like. And like, it was just a whole 3-hour session of getting everything sorted. Didn't even move a single tile.
People love the backseat, right? People love to watch something and be like, oh, I could do that better, or you're doing that wrong. So I'm sure that's, and it's funny you say you're a good streamers when you are doing a bank clean, because one of my most highest performing videos is where I just show people the contents of my bank. I show people what I've PK'd in the year, and that's like my best video. It's not even me PKing.
They love loot, dude. They love that shit.
If there's one lesson that I should have learned a long time ago and I keep having to relearn, it's just how simple, like, I'm not saying our audience is simple because but
they're dumb.
Sorry. I mean,
thanks to Settle, they're not
like
anymore.
Number go up. It's a bunch of dudes who like watching the number go up. They like watching the little inventory slots be filled. It's like a little collectionist, hobbyist kind of weird game. And I don't know. I think personally, I like overcomplicate the shit out of it sometimes when it's like, dude.
No, I think you have a good approach to it though, because number go up is like the basic. That's like classic safe RuneScape content. I like it when people take risks a little bit and it's not just number go up. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Yes. And there's definitely like an angle for that. But I will also say I watched every fucking second of Limpwert's series and he is so dry and just like, it's the most boring shit on paper, but I love it.
I fucking love Limpwert. Yeah, no, he's an extremely acquired taste though. And like you have to love RuneScape to like love it. It's not like
that's like
it's not like a settled audience.
You know? That's like for RuneScape players. Settled is for people who don't play RuneScape. That's who like.
Yeah. Settled is for people who like have girlfriends and shit. Like Limford's for like hyper autistic, like love the fuck out of RuneScape.
Man, that's
just
me,
like,
brother.
Yeah,
We're up there.
I love both of them.
I'm in the comments, bro. Like, dude, show me your bank again.
People do love bank videos though.
If I could interrupt
that's a thing, man.
Real quick.
Yeah, what's up,
Mr. Dan? Who do you look up to in terms of content creation? Because there's a lot of new heads here in terms of RuneScape, but I consider myself an OG. I've been playing since I was 12 years old and have been watching and technically creating RuneScape content since I was in high school. And I would really like to know like how you got into the game. Who do you look up to? Who inspired you to make RuneScape content? I always find that really interesting. How did you find yourself here? How are you on our podcast right now? Like it's so funny how the world works.
Good question.
There's a lot to get into there. Let's start with the inspirations. I'd say it would be, the guys like Dino and Torvesta, the guys who are just constantly crushing it. And I mean, they are obviously PvP guys, so that kind of helps because I am a aspirational PvP guy too. But yeah, those sorts of guys who just make the highest level wilderness content would be my inspirations. In terms of how I got into the game, I think I was like 14 years old and Miniclip was a thing. It was a website where you could play, you guys know, right? It was a website where you could play all sorts of games, but one of them was this medieval cookie cutter, medieval simulator thing, and that was RuneScape. And I think that was such an immersive world that it knocked every other game out of the park because it just was so much, there was so much more to do on it. And I think one of my first experiences of RuneScape was getting lured into the wilderness and having some guy kill me for everything. And I think from that moment I was like, the concept in my head kind of dropped. It was like, you can build up everything in this game and then it can be taken away in one moment. And for me, that was just such a fascinating concept. So yeah, RuneScape was it.
Dude, do you know, I wonder if this was the same for you, because that was back in an era where like I used to hop on addictinggames.com or something like that and just play a game for 2 hours and then I would never play it again, or I would leave.
Yeah, you didn't have accounts,
you didn't have logins. But I remember learning that you had an account in RuneScape, and you could log back in the next day, and it would be there. And I was like, "Oh my god, that's crazy!"
Yeah, that's it. And you're building something up, and as we were saying about earlier, it's the whole number go up thing, but you're creating something, you're nurturing something. And I think that's actually something I'm trying to do with the Messiah project. You're actually kind of nurturing a character. And in your head, when you play this game, you've got storylines and narratives that you have. And I think with my content creation, I'm trying to project those storylines and ideas and concept, and I'm trying to work on this idea of the Messiah character in the video game, and I think that's what captivated me when I was a kid, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. I remember, I think the best audience reaction to a character I ever did was One Kick Rick, and like there was that was not my most popular series by far, but I got fan art for that series like crazy. People were sending me all kinds of pictures and stories and stuff about One Kick Rick, and I think it's just because this character had like an essence in itself, like in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really decide to do that with Iron Man, but like it is kind of weird how the thing takes its own form. For you, is there like a through line, because you're doing Slay of the Day? Is there like a larger narrative that you tell, or that you have any plans to kind of go with?
I mean, I think I'm discovering that over time, and I think eventually I might be able to sort of realize that character. But at the moment, I just feel like the username Messiah, when people see that in the wilderness, they think that it could be like a savior come to, rescue them, but it's kind of the exact opposite. And I think it's really, appetizing for me as like someone with a creative brain to be projecting these storylines onto what I'm playing. And when I'm attacking someone, when I'm fighting someone, I'm kind of like in this whole moment and I'm in this character. So yeah. It's a weird one, but for me personally, as a creative person, I just get really engrossed and enjoying.
Dude, the story that you kind of tell yourself behind the scenes and the expectations you have is like totally the juice of like for me as well. This game, like, the actual RuneScape doesn't mean that much to me, but the story of what I'm doing with my YouTube series means a whole lot to me. So I'm sure for you, like, that's where something's happening and it's the drama is within the narrative of like Messiah, the character, killing people in the wilderness, all of that stuff. It's like its own thing,
Sure. But not everyone plays the game in the same way, right? So some people play the game to like be the most efficient, have the best clicks, be, the most competent at the game. And that's cool, that's their thing. But for me, it actually doesn't matter if sometimes my clicks are off or sometimes I'm performing badly, because as long as something interesting happens in the clips, as long as there's some little essence that I can turn into a narrative, that can become a video, that can become a slay of the day.
Dude, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's the heart of content, Content.
You guys get it. You guys get it.
Playing for content versus playing for the game.
This is going to sound like Flame, but it's not. I absolutely love C Engineer. But he actually unknowingly, I love you, Tom, if you're listening, motivated me to do White Wolf maybe more than anyone else, because I would watch him get these sick ass PKs and I would go watch his clicks and his gear switch and be like, he totally fucked that up. That's a terrible PK. It's so bad. He didn't do anything right, but that was super cool and I loved it.
But it's super like real to know that like you don't have to be perfect to get the job done.
That's exactly what I mean by he motivated me more than anyone else. Like, but I still liked it. Okay, sick. There's a chance.
If that guy can do it, I can do it. He sucks.
Like before we move on, Nine Rain, like if you got into a fight with C Engineer, I'm pretty sure he would smoke you. He
would smoke me, dude. It wouldn't be close.
Wait, really?
But one. I love how your VTuber eyes opened up when you said that. Bro, you would smoke me,
dude.
But like.
Absolutely, though. He's a lot better than me. So I'm just saying, like, you can watch him, and watching someone, it's easy to critique. Like it, and you go watch Oda, and then you watch C Engineer, and it's like that's not even fucking close.
But like then, you do have this feeling that like anyone can do it. It can be done by anyone. And besides, I feel like this is something that you can definitely understand, because I mean, what I've seen recently is you're even doing shorts now where you're trying to kind of teach people to get into PKing, and like I feel like you have this like want to get more people involved in the PKing scene. Like you must have like a kind of passion for it.
Yeah, dude, definitely, because people see the experts like Dino or whatever, and they think that PKing has to be like 1 million clicks. It can be 1 million clicks, and that's really cool and it's beautiful to watch. But you can just go out into the wilderness with a 30k GP weapon and just like smack people about, and it's fun, like, so I don't think people should be scared of doing that kind of thing. I think everyone should dabble in a bit of PvP, because it's just a great way to let off steam, if nothing else.
So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, and so have you had any feedback from like because I guess that's different from what your normal shorts have been like. What's the feedback been on? I guess I don't know if I want to call it like a guide or tutorial based, but it kind of is in a way. Like, have you done anything like that before? And like, what's the feedback been on people who watch those?
I've done a few tip trick vids on like how to win a game of LMS, that kind of thing, right? But I made this video where I just told people, if you want to learn to PK, grab a weapon out of your bank and just head up to the Chaos Altar and smack the people that are doing phone running, right? Because you're PKing.
That's my favorite. That is my favorite thing to do.
Even though you're kind of dumping on people who are not going to fight back, what the heck? You're learning what it feels like to PK. So my feedback that I got for that was like, some guy commented on the YouTube video and he was like, great, this is why the bone altar is filled with people with
right, yeah.
I mean, that's good.
Apparently, there's loads of people up there just like with dragon maces, just smacking everyone else. So
I mean, you should be fearful of the wilderness. Like that's what it's supposed to be for.
Yeah, totally. But
I bet
you should be fearful of the wilderness. But also, if you want to get into PKing, just don't be fearful of it. Just take something you're prepared to risk and get out there. It's not that much of a scary place.
I bet that was a fun experience. Is that your first experience of like, oh my God, I like kind of affected the RuneScape world?
I guess it probably is, but there have been other flickers of that sort of thing happening. I feel like going back to the content thing, the shorts thing, I feel like before I started making shorts, people didn't really. Oh, mate, this is going to sound possibly like too self-referential, but I feel like people weren't utilizing that platform quite as much before I had started because I showed people what could be done with shorts.
100% agree. Well, like around your time when I started seeing your videos is when, I mean, no one does YouTube shorts to your quality regardless. But yeah, I feel like it definitely started
also,
around the time
I do want to say, like, I mean, remember when YouTube shorts first came out, like the general feedback from everyone was like, everyone kind of giggled at the concept of YouTube shorts. It's like, what are you guys like trying to copy TikTok? Like, I feel like it really got shit on at first. But I mean, now that like you see it in its effect, like it actually is working very well for a lot of different creators in a lot of different spaces.
Well, so maybe, just maybe, it's not a massive leap to say that my tiny little imprint into the RuneScape world is that I may have elevated the shorts just a touch, right? People might be more receptive to doing shorts, and people might be doing more shorts because of they've seen my vids do okay.
Yeah, I mean, it could even inspire more creators because it's like I guess it's less intimidating, you know, for a new creator who wants to get into it to make, you know, a more shorter, like a short in terms of like a long form video that might seem a little bit more daunting.
Shorts specifically have always been really fascinating for the RuneScape section because I feel like as time has trended on, it has gone like always more and more towards longer and longer form videos. So the idea of short form videos when they first came out for RuneScape did seem like a little silly to a lot of people because nobody had actually taken the effort to step in and prove that shorts could be engaging and interesting RuneScape content. And yeah, like you've definitely been a pretty big driving force in that. And I hope more people take advantage of RuneScape, like, you know, YouTube shorts. I think there is so much untapped potential that it would be cool to see what people come up with, you know?
But I think someone said it before, I'm not sure who, but RuneScape as a game has more content, more fan-made content made about it than any other game there is. Surely, like, I just think the creative scene of people making fan-made content about this game is bigger than any other game I can think of.
I mean, at least the ratio of the amount of content to how much it deserves considering the game. It's like, dude, what's happening over in RuneScape where all these weirdos are making a RuneScape
Bro, we
videos?
keep it alive. Like, let's be real. The content creators like settled, and those guys, you know, they're heavy lifters for us.
That's why we get customer support.
It's true, bro. I've been unbanned.
the community is constantly getting shit on from the corporation, but we still just subservient.
We love the J mods and everything they do.
Oh, of course, 100%. The J mods, respect to those guys. But
absolutely.
The corpse, man, they have been dumping on us.
Mod Pips is a J mod. What do you think about Mod Pips, Tasty? What are your thoughts?
I love Mod Pips. Cut the recording. Get out of here.
So at what point were you making YouTube? So you made longer form ones, right? And then you decided, okay, I'm going to focus on shorts. What was that?
I started making shorts, made a few longer bits here and there just to see if they would react, but I realized I had a lane in short stuff, so I kind of stuck to that. But sorry, you were gonna ask.
So there was a day when you kind of like flipped and you're like, okay, no more long videos. I'm gonna be the best at shorts.
Well, kind of, yeah, but I had a vision from the start. What happened was I made like 10 episodes of Slay of the Day without releasing any of them, and I was like, I'm gonna get this body of work really, really good, and then I'm gonna drop them one after the other, and like hopefully if they start reacting, you know, they're all gonna like you know,
it gets some momentum going, and
momentum. That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, wanted to give a quick shout out to someone who's also been doing some pretty good shorts. Who actually, I think, probably drew some inspiration from you, and you met recently. Is Two Chisels. That's our boy.
Oh man, Aaron
yeah.
So cool. He's one of the nicest guys. So I met him in Brighton, and he said he was visiting for the day, and would I like to hang out? And mate, he is such a nice dude, and it's true what they say about Canadians. Canadians are the nicest people.
Dude, that's true. Every Canadian I've ever met is just
not French Canadians.
But they also,
not French Canadians.
Canadians are nice.
Those are the worst people on the planet.
They seem like they got bodies in their freezers, though. That's like the one thing with Canadians.
But no, I can tell you for sure, Two Chisels is such a nice guy, and I urge anyone who's listening to the podcast to check out Two Chisels. Really cool content creator. He doesn't do PK stuff. He does sort of like more main game, like raids, PVM, skilling, that kind of thing, and it's high level content for sure.
How much a part of the like PK? I don't know. Have you met a bunch of the PKers? And are you involved with any of the clans, or do you feel like you're on a little island right now making the YouTube shorts and killing people in the wild?
The thing is, because I have like built up a little bit of like awareness in the community, only a little bit. A few people know about me. The other PKs that are more established, and not necessarily content creator PKs, but the other PKs really want to kill me. They go for me harder than they would go for anyone else, because they're like, I want to kill the guy who makes those TikTok videos, you know? Like,
dude.
And there's one guy, and I'm not going to name drop his actual username because I think it's funnier if I don't. But there's one guy
name drop and we'll bleep it out.
No, mate. I'm not even going to say his name because I don't want to put any. I don't want to put any glory to him, right? So he's changed his username to Messiah, but he's kind of misspelt it, like so it's just like Messiah or something, right? And so he told me that he changed his name to Messiah because it gets him more fights in the wilderness. More people want to attack him and go for him because they can get so.
That's pretty smart.
I mean, it's working for him, and luckily, he's a really good PKer, so it reflects well on me if he kills people.
That's sick.
Like,
that's funny.
I mean, you have made ripples. Like your username is known. I remember when I first found your shorts. I remember seeing this late the day. I fell in love with the short form content. Like I thought this was so cool. I think I was hunting my Void Waker at the time, and I was like, dude, I hope this guy tries to come kill me. We never ran into each other. I was like, man, I'd love to find this guy. Every time someone would come attack me, I was like, nope, not him.
There's something very interesting about TikTok fame that's different from like the other types of fames. Because I remember I did see you one time at the GE. I was live and I right clicked and saw. I was like, oh my god, that's Messiah. That's the guy that makes the YouTube shorts. I know him.
It is a bit of a curse being the guy that's known for making TikToks as well. Because as soon as you say that, it's like TikToks. Isn't that like 14-year-old kids dancing in their bedrooms? Like, and I mean it is, but it's also like there's a really good community on there of people who are making content. So what the heck? You know, I am the TikTok
is just huge. I do have an interesting question for you since you're kind of burgeoning into the PvP community. What's your take on like the content creation sphere of PvP? Because no shade to Jagex, it's a hard thing to deal with, but I just have this feeling that every single PvP update they make just makes PvP kind of worse. And as a result, the PvP community has just been shrinking and shrinking. Do you feel like that's the case, or what are your feelings on the general PvP community?
PvP and the wilderness is always shrinking a little bit. In fact, I think the entirety of the game slowly is winding down as we all get a little bit older and we all find that we have a little bit less time to play RuneScape. I think that's just a fact, unfortunately. And even though they bring out more raids, more leagues, all that kind of good stuff, I think over time the game is slightly shrinking.
I was actually just thinking about that recently. Just because everyone's getting older, you're like, at some point, I feel like a lot of people are just going to fall off the bus.
Yeah.
But let's try and keep the dream going, guys. I mean,
you know,
like, I'm not being pessimistic. The game is still flipping brilliant. It's healthy. Everything's cool. But it probably grows smaller. In terms of the wilderness, I'm always skeptical, Tasty, that these updates are gonna like break something, and then the wilderness is gonna be, and PKing is gonna be destroyed, because PKing is quite a finely balanced thing. You know, when you come up against another PKer, you both have the same opportunity to kill each other, all that kind of thing. But I've been surprised recently because they did the Wildy Boss update, which was Spindle, Calvarion, and RTO, those guys.
Great. Yeah.
And that absolutely smashed it. It got way more people into the wilderness. It created 3 new hotspots, plus the multi-bosses, which is another 3 new hotspots. So every time I'm really worried that an update is going to damage PvP, Jagex seemed to smash it. So I'm fairly optimistic.
That's good, because I don't really engage with PvP content in general, but I'm interested in like your take on the content creation sphere, because I feel like right now the only big PvPers that stream, I mean, Dino, I guess. I can't think of any other huge PKers that stream.
I mean, the man Oda.
Oda, that's true. Yeah, pure spam. He's larger. But I feel like back in the day, you'd scroll through the section and there'd be like,
it was almost only PKers.
A bunch of people. Yeah, it's almost like all PKers, you know?
Bodhi and skill specs for PKers, you know, back in the day. That's
maybe
now
people like
Yeah.
Dino, Skilly, and Oda are just the big fishes just swallowing up all the views. But I don't know. To be honest, I don't know too much about streaming, so it's hard to comment. But I think if you look at someone like Dino's stream, he's pulling like 1,600 viewers at Wednesday on a Wednesday at lunchtime. Like, he's really smashing it. So, you know, people are still engaging. I think it's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, it also is definitely big on like the combination of not only your skill in the game, but your way of being entertaining as a person. Because like you were saying, you know, what if you get into streaming and you're just hopping worlds for forever, like a whole stream? Like, how's your streaming content going to be if you're just not even coming across a single person to fight? Like, someone I think does really well with that is Eliop. I mean, I've watched Eliop stream for like hours where he like hasn't come across a single opponent, and he's just entertaining, nonstop, hilarious. So like, as long as you are kind of keeping that energy and enthusiasm, like as far as streaming, not actual content creation goes, but like as far as streaming goes, you know, you'll always have something if you yourself are the content.
Definitely. That's the magic of being a streamer. It's the gift of the gab, isn't it? It's all about
true.
Yeah, keeping the engagement up when times are dry.
But would you dabble in PVM, or do you dabble in PVM? Or
I mean, like, I have done lots of raids with my mates. I just find it doesn't quite give me the same kick as when I'm fighting an opponent versus fighting a monster. Now, I know there's loads of very intricate mechanics to raids, and when you dial it up to the highest levels, it's like the hardest content on the game. But I can sit there and give it a go, and I still just want to go PKing. That's just how I'm wired, I think. But if there were more hours in the day, I would be PVMing too. But you got to stick to one. You got to do one thing which you love the most, and so that's
it's hard to branch out too much. But I do always enjoy seeing PKers dabble in PVM. I mean, back to Eliop, like watching his Infernal Cape grind was like one of the most entertaining things I've ever seen. I saw Abyss join Tasty on stream once to do some tobs. I think I saw him like BGS Verzik on P1 or something. Like,
oh my god, that was a while ago. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was forever ago. Like, lives rent free in my mind. But overall, I do think PKers are definitely better at PVM than PVMers are at PKing.
100%.
PKing is harder. PKing is a lot harder than PVM is, I think, on a lot of levels. Or at least the skills are more easily transferable from, you know, PK
possibly
to PVM.
I mean,
than vice versa.
Watch Odablock do his like Grandmaster series. He smashed it. Like, he was done in 2 months doing all the Grandmaster achievements, combat tasks. So, but I did do a video where it was can a raider learn to can a PKer learn to raid? And I did a Chambers of Xeric with my friends, and I kind of hammed it up a bit. I like did an AGS Gmorph spec on the Olm's right hand or whatever it is. I don't know which hand is the melee hand, whatever. So that was really, really fun. But I think the pressure to go and get an Inferno Cape is quite high right now. So maybe and yes, I have not done the Inferno yet.
That's good content. That's good stream content.
You got to fire up the stream.
That's
dude,
instantly.
You'll immediately get partnered just for free, dude. That'd be easy, dude.
Right.
First of all, people love the first cape, and also second of all, like Hamzy said, Eliab's first cape is great. The PK's first capes, everyone likes watching because they like talking shit when you die. It's like you suck, you're because now you're entering their universe, you know. So then the shit talk really gets to start.
Well, absolutely. Inferno on stream is just something else, man.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
Guys that I have killed in the wilderness when they're trying to grind spindle or whatever will be queuing up to bash me when I get destroyed on wave 12 or something.
Yeah.
No, it needs to happen.
Yeah, definitely. We'd all love to see it. So elephant in the room. We got to talk about it. You recently dropped a bomb on the community that we all kind of just discovered that you're not just Messiah. You know, there's some other stuff. You got some other hobbies or a side job, if you will. Yeah. So what was it? I guess Spotify Wrapped came out.
Wrapped. Yeah.
You just randomly decided to drop out of nowhere, revealing kind of that you are Endor, world famous tech house DJ.
Wow.
I mean, like.
Possibly not world famous, but like, you know, so
world famous to Hamzy, bro. Let me tell you, dude. You're world famous to RuneScape.
Dude, I was watching The Substance the other day. I watched The Substance, like, you know, and there's your song is like the main part of the movie. Like that's world famous. It's crazy.
It is crazy. But like I said, so for those, I'm not every viewer is going to know this because why would they? But so I dropped this post on my Twitter. And it said, this is what allows me to wake up every day and make RuneScape videos. And the post was my Spotify stats for my Endor music project. And I think that was a post I intended to do just to be like, oh, that's kind of nice. Like I can make RuneScape videos. I didn't intend for it to be some massive revelation to the community that I had a previous life doing some other work. But I can't lie, nowadays, I've taken my foot off the gas so hard with music, and I'm literally just focusing on making RuneScape videos because I love making RuneScape videos, and it's just so much of a better pace of life, I feel. When did Old School RuneScape come out? Like 2013?
2013-ish, yeah.
Okay, 2015. Like 10 years of all the good usernames are gone. That's what I'm trying to say. All of the good usernames are gone, so you have to get a bit creative with the names. And I only started playing during COVID as for something to do. Obviously I played as a kid on RuneScape before it was RuneScape 3. And yeah, so I just so it's Messler with a lowercase L as the
Where did the name Messiah come from? Is that just something you're like, hey, that sounds cool?
That's an embarrassing story because I was watching an Odablock video and he was on his cousin's account and his cousin's account was called Messiah.
Dude, okay, I was gonna say I've seen that username before, and I think it was in an Odablock video.
Well, as far as I understand it, Odablock's cousin does not own that username before because the guy who does own the username Messiah, spelt properly, not with a lowercase L, has contacted me on Reddit of all places and offered to sell the username to me, which of course, Jagex, I have declined because I'm an upstanding citizen of the game.
Of course. How much did he want for it?
How much did he say?
He wanted $2 billion, and that was I mean, that's actually quite.
That's not a gouge.
That's horrific, actually. Yeah.
He could have been an ass and said 4. 2 sounds about right.
Dude, the guy who has 9 raid on Twitter wanted $25,000, and I told him to eat my ass.
$25,000.
Yeah, he was like, "I need to feed my family." And I was like, "Fucking Wagyu? Like, what are you talking about, man?"
I mean, I feel like a
Tasty. Tasty has 9 raid.
No, dude. I fucking remember I had the account name like Tasty OSRS on like an old Iron Man account, but none of my characters were ever like, they never went by that. That was only my like RuneScape creator name for a few months. I changed that name. Someone immediately sniped it like shortly after and then DM'd me on Twitter trying to sell it back to me. It's like, dude, I just got rid of that. Like, I'm not gonna buy it back.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like, having that name and not being Tasty has got to be a curse. Just like walking around everywhere, everyone thinks that you're you. You know,
well,
like
dude, but they'll scam people, dude.
You know, his username Tasty Life, completely unrelated, was a kid in fucking high school that I went to high school with. That when 2013, when OSRS first came out, he took that name because that was my Xbox Live username, and he thought it was cool, so he made his RuneScape account that name.
No way.
And that's who has the name Tasty Life. Is fucking Michael. I'm not gonna say his last name, but Michael, you know who you are, dude. Give it back.
Fuck you, Mike.
I don't want to bet.
There was also Tatsy. Remember Tatsy, the guy that was going around
the guy who's
people?
who's trade scamming at like Top Bank and stuff. I don't think he got it.
Yeah. There was a guy who poses my name trying to scam people, and I actually got kind of offended because he tried to scam one of my friends for an ACB, and I was like, "Fuck you, dude! If you're gonna pose as me, go for something more than an." First of all, I'm an Iron Man.
That's
like
$10.
also like, and you is that all you think I can get is an ACB, man? Like, come on, man. I felt disrespected by it.
Messiah, what is
actually?
Go ahead, Hansi.
I also did want to say with the recent Discord changes. I don't know how recent. What was it like in the last like 6 months or so when they changed where you don't have to have the names and we all started sniping our names. I don't know if you guys got your like OG names as well, but I did get the Hamzy Discord name, and I remember like immediately after the update, I think they like rolled it out to like in terms of like they didn't roll it out to everyone at the same time. I guess it was like how old your account was. So as soon as I got access, I changed my name to just Hamzy. And then like within the next week, man, I looked at my Discord and it was just like hella DM requests from like Hamzy 5, Hamzy 724. Like I'm not answering any of these, dude.
Nah.
I was going to ask, what is your favorite kind of PvP? Is it just like deep worldy PKing? Is it like the strict tribrid kind of thing? Or do you like other styles as well?
Yeah, so I'd say it would be like tri-breeding, NHing, whatever you want to call it. But I'm also like a massive stickler for LMS. You know, the mini game Last Man Standing. Yeah,
right? Dude. I love LMS. I actually think it's so fun.
It's my daily warm up. So I will wake up, I'll grab a coffee from downstairs, I'll come straight up to the computer, and I have to sit here and win 3 LMS games back to back before I'm allowed to do anything for the day. That's my imposed restriction.
What kind of coffee machine do you have?
I have an espresso pod machine, and it's actually pretty junk. But yeah, are you a coffee man, Tasty?
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, we
you just basically shit on his whole.
I got a triple blonde shot espresso today, Tasty. What do you think of that? Is that cool?
From where?
From Starbucks.
Oh. Okay.
That was, by the way, the coffee question was a test and you failed.
Yeah. No, he didn't fail anything, dude. I'm not as big of an elitist as people make me out to be. But if you said some like crazy shit, I was gonna jump on it and derail the conversation.
No, dude.
But you kept it on track. I respect Nespresso, dude. Bro, no hate.
I use the coffee pods just because they're like so quick. And like I said, man, I gotta make my coffee. I gotta come up here, play my LMS games because
they're very convenient. I like coffee pods because I can save them all and throw them in the ocean.
Bro, I actually forgot about like I'm gonna play LMS this week. I forgot that I liked that so much.
LMS is so much fun. I love LMS. It's just
LMS is pretty fun, and I'm not even a PvPer.
I don't know, bro. I swear I have fought you in LMS before. By the way, there was a good Messiah. There's a good couple of months. This would have been closer to the summer. Actually. I play on Ultimate. I have an Ultimate Iron Man that was named Zora, and before that it was something else. I can't remember what it was when I was doing all the like a lot of LMS. I actually got pretty good, dude. I don't know what happened. I played a bunch of LMS at the beginning of 2024, and then I didn't touch it. I went and did a whole shit ton of PVM, did a whole lot of Corrupted Gauntlet. I started learning solo chambers and like really challenging myself, and then went back to LMS after not touching it for like 6 months and was terrorizing people. And it got to the point where I started getting into these fights where I'm like, holy shit, I think this guy's really good. And I would beat a guy and they would compliment me. And in LMS, if you beat someone and they compliment you, they're really fucking good at the game because
they know ball.
No one who's like almost good will ever compliment you. They'll be like, you piece of shit, you got lucky, you suck.
Yeah, an LMS compliment feels so good.
Bro, I started getting complimented. I was like, these guys must be, and I look them up and it'd be like number 105 or like rank 11. And I'm like going, so there was a while where I was deep in LMS. I think I'm going to log in after
Well,
this.
that's the way players talk to each other when they actually know ball. Like that's like going back to the like backseating Inferno type stuff. Like when you said all the backseaters are going to come out, like all the people that are talking shit and like making you feel bad about the way you're playing, like those are not the Inferno guys. Those are like 3K seers maybe.
Real recognizes real, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Good. If someone's good and they compliment you, you know.
Yeah,
and they also want to see you do well if they're good.
Yeah.
Like
I am actually rank 14 at LMS. I just want to say that on the podcast. But
all right, yeah, I know it, dude. When you told me, because there's some people who, when their morning coffee routine is LMS, they wake up and they play the shit out of LMS. Mason, Crusader Mason, is really good at LMS.
Oh, I need to fight him then.
I don't know what his rank is, but he could smoke me and it wouldn't be close.
I don't know what his rank is or like where he stands with it right now, but you know who was really crazy at LMS back in the day is Behe.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That's all he did.
Yeah.
When I had LMS, I would see him there, and I'd type at him, and he'd ignore me. And
I mean, you could probably even look up his hardcore, which I think is still live because he doesn't log in.
Yeah, he only logged into
He hasn't logged in like 4 years, bro.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I did. I got all the rune pouches for our team for the group hardcore Iron Man that we did. I got all 5 rune pouches. That was fun.
Yeah, you upload a good amount of LMS actually. I see you do a lot.
I love LMS just because I think I fucking love Fortnite, you know? So like you gotta love LMS, you love Fortnite. I love a good battle royale. I love it.
I was doing a bunch because my Ultimate Iron Man I'm building it's a total like side project of a side project, building it to be a PKer. And so I'm using the LMS reward system as a bank to help me re-gear, and I'm building a really specific build that will be able to, like, I'll be able to go get a bunch of rune arrows, alch all that shit, and then buy a DDS and a couple other items to get freezes and a spec weapon. And so that was like the goal for that, and then I just got sucked in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just looked up Behe, still alive. Obviously, he's he's ranked 376, which
that's decent.
I mean, considering that he probably has not logged in
2 years.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm sure at some point that was a much lower number.
But you need to set me up in a fight with Behe, because I'm doing this series which I've not like dropped at all yet, which is called the LMS Hitman, and my job is to try and kill everyone in like the top 100 at least once.
Oh wow!
I've like the top 10 are all taken care of, but I want to see
number one at LMS.
A guy called Yas Queen, and that account, the account is called Yas Queen, and it's played by 3 different people allegedly. And the reason they're rank 1
is that allowed?
It's probably not allowed. But
I don't think that's allowed. Yeah,
you can't account share and go for ranks. It's against the rules.
But
you want to talk about things that are allowed? Actually, not to derail the conversation, but Tasty, did the mega scale update today kind of screw your series?
I'm not gonna say, because
if you want to talk about what it did first,
I don't want to say what we got.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
Jack X could remove the next thing we got planned, but it is much more nerfed now. It's way more nerfed than it has been.
If you want to plug the series really quick, for who doesn't know.
Yeah, true. It's not out yet. First episode should be out in like 2 to 3 days. The Unethical Iron Man, dude. I'm super stoked. I am doing every single cheaty thing that you could possibly do to boost an Iron Man to its most undeserving gear. Okay, I'm spending billions of GP. I got hundreds of Eastern European people boosting me. I don't know why they're all Eastern European, but dude, I've got 2 episodes almost completely done already. I'll have like 3 episodes in the works by the time the first one comes out. So the series is cooking. But yeah, mega scales were a pretty big part of it. The first mega scale nerf didn't do anything, didn't do shit. This one kind of cooked us. But you can still get a little over a 20% purple chance now. You get like 25%.
Okay.
So it's pretty close.
Would this like affect people doing scaled raids in like small teams, like
no
at all, or
what if you were doing people who are trying to funnel points to a certain account? That's the only thing it affects.
So if you, this is what I was like against. Okay, listen, I know people have their opinions on mega scales and rightfully so, whatever. But like, what I didn't want to see, the people that I did not want to see punished with this are the Chads that are doing their own mega scales for their own accounts. So are those now cooked as well? Like when you see Zandy do, you know, when you see Zandy or Deviate do like these like 1+99s on their mains for their
little hardcore.
Yeah, like Lake and shit.
Fucks them. Totally fucks them. Yeah.
I mean, that's unfortunate because if you're going to be able to do that, then I feel like you, yeah, that sucks. I mean, if you have the skill and time and everything to do that yourself, it's unfortunate to see those people get punished.
It's a bummer that it fucks with Tasty series, but I'm so happy it's been implemented.
No, it's okay. First of all, it's like a good thing. Oh, actually, I'd take that back. I don't fucking care overall if you mega scale your Iron Man because it's not like it really affects. It doesn't affect the economy. If you want to bring in purples,
brother.
If you want to bring in purples, you can do it way more efficiently than fucking mega scaling. Right?
I'd rather deal with the infernal capes than the fucking mega scales, man.
Yeah. Like if you want to skip 1,000-hour Cox grind. I don't care. I don't care at all. Like that's not my problem. Is it good for the integrity of the game? Probably, sure. But it's maybe not a bad thing for the series because now there's like a curveball,
like a challenge,
mountain I have to overcome that I can make a whole
they
like
did
story
it because of you. Yeah.
Good job, dude. Good going.
Yeah, dude, fuck. It's Behemoth, dude. It was Behemoth's fault, man.
All right. So, thinking of Behemoth. Okay, so me and Tasty, right? We do Behemoth, and that's daily uploads. And daily uploads are interesting. They're very painful. They're very rewarding, but it is not hard. Like, that is difficult stuff. How do you deal with the daily upload, Mr. Messiah? What do you think?
You said you do almost every day, right?
Yeah, how...
Yeah. The way I deal with the daily upload is by not actually daily uploading. I slack. So I do Monday.
That's a really good method, dude.
Yeah, right? Just upload the same.
Wait a minute. You skip days?
I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then possibly a Sunday. Because I tell you what, and this is really bad, but the videos, a 1 minute video can take me 8 hours to edit, and I
believe it.
completely
unsustainable.
I
totally 100%.
I totally fucking believe that.
This is the group of people that believe you the most.
We've been there, dude. We get that. Yeah.
But I think the people watching might think, oh, it's a 1 minute video. He's probably knocked that up in like.
You spent 3 minutes.
First of all, you spend 4 hours recording the content for 1 minute. Right. You know,
that's what I wanted to get into. So can you walk us through so you've gotten your coffee, you've sat down, you've gotten your 3 LMS wins. Now what? Now
So I pick up the phone and see what paid actors are available that day.
Dude, that was my joke. I was like, he starts making some phone calls. That's right after coffee.
Can we talk about the paid actor thing? Can we talk about that? Because
dude. One of the podcast, buddy. Let it rip.
The main comment, not the main comments, but one of the most prevalent comments I get on my videos is that must be a paid actor. That's surely a paid actor, and it's like.
That's Frame's fault. It's because Framed pays people. And so he just starts the whole.
At this point, you really should just pay actors. It'll make it way faster. You know?
Bro, if the comments are going to be paid actor, I might actually have to start doing that. But
an origin story.
It's completely demoralizing because I've spent hours and hours editing this video, but I've also spent hours and hours in the wilderness hunting for people and waiting and being patient for that one tiny moment where I finally find a max PK or free loot or whatever it is. Sure, I might kill them in 10 seconds because they might be really bad, but someone will just comment paid actor on the video and it's like my entire work is destroyed because now everyone is upvoting this paid actor comment and I'm just sitting there like, why do I bother?
Dude,
listen, man, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and do all the work and try to fight and grind out. I'm starting my new series, Unethical PK, where I just pay actors to look sick as fuck.
Dude, he's so good. The only thing that gives me a little bit of hope, right, is that if you look at the comments on an Odablock video or a Dino video, or if you look at the comments in their streams, people also say paid actors to the very top guys. So it can't be a bad thing if they're also saying paid actors to me.
I think it's just a thing people say.
It's almost like a meme at this point, but there are people that probably.
That's what I want to know. As far as you know, is that a thing at all? Is it more of a thing than people realize? Is it like not a thing at all?
There are
Whatever.
paid actors out there, yeah.
I mean, okay. Tasty,
Wait,
maybe
genuinely? Do you think it's paid actors, Tasty?
To some percent. I want to know like what like
I don't think any of the big guys.
extent it is.
I don't think any of the big guys are doing it. It all looks legit to me, and I've heard them all complain and suffer way too much about like trying to get clips, and like that's their life, is sitting in a Discord call with their buddy while they have 4 accounts open, just hopping worlds and trying to fucking kill somebody.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite clips. That's one of my favorite clips we put on Behe is every now and then, like, I don't know, once every 2 months, I see like we'll have a clip where someone gets hit by Framed, the tick they go into the...
except for Framed. As far as I know, almost every one of those is paid actor. And I know Kevin, so that's just like, that's true.
So Hamzy, to answer your question, I don't think it's really a thing. I'm sure there are some guys who pay people to die in a clip, right? But you've got to understand that PKers have a massive ego. Most PKers are like really egotistical dudes. They can't let someone else do it for them. They have to do it for their own ego. I couldn't pay someone to die in my clips. It just wouldn't satisfy me as a PKer or a content creator. But yeah. We'll still get the comments. It's still always going to be a thing, and I think
I think it's just a thing people say.
You know, I never.
Yeah, no, it's RuneScape is actually
it's
pretty
like a compliment.
I think it's
RuneScape is a pretty ethical game.
I think it's a testament to how
for most of us
I did with the White Wolf thing, but no one ever told me it was a paid actor ever. They're like, "Oh my god, what is this horse shit happening on screen?" Both people are completely. Like it was always so disorganized as a PvP thing that like I don't think anyone ever would have like said, "Oh, dude, that's a paid actor." They're like, "Oh my god, this is clearly 2 people who have no idea what they're doing."
Sure.
I have another random question going back to some of the music stuff. Is that do you know any other like people that you've met through the space? Any other DJs, producers, anything that like how much do you talk about you playing RuneScape, and if you do, what's the response back? Have you met any other creators that have played? Because I know there's other big DJs that have actually infiltrated the RuneScape Twitch community a little bit. I mean, Alan Walker's a big one. I know he's a big Wooks fan. Kid, he used to stream a lot, like during COVID. I think when there wasn't like many gigs, I used to see him on all the time. I'm sure there's others as well. But anyone else that you've like ran into?
Well, I think there's a DJ called Oddmob, maybe from Australia.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Is he from Australia or maybe from the States? Either one, right? So he's a big RuneScaper. But I'm pretty open with people that I am a RuneScaper as well. Like, you know, when you go into a smoking area or whatever outside in a nightclub and you're kind of chatting away to people and you get talking about video games. I'm like, oh, I play RuneScape. And they were like, isn't that game from... like, you know, when we were kids or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, but it's still going nowadays, blah, blah, blah. I'll chew their ear off about it. But yeah, I'm pretty open. I don't think there's too many people that I come across in the DJ sphere who have played RuneScape, but perversely, there are loads of RuneScapers who are also like DJs or like bedroom DJs or like, you know, are trying to nurture some kind of a career there.
Yeah.
I think, you know, it's just a crossover. I think blokes who are in their 30s or late 20s, you know, like one style of music and also like playing video games. I think it's pretty typical that you're going to find a lot
of crossover. That's funny that you mentioned Oddmob. Actually, you just reminded me because he tweeted something kind of recently that like really blew up. That was hilarious. Oh, yeah. Oh man, I'd love to find it. Saint Tits, if you want to stamp this, I'll find this if you want to throw it up on the stream, on the pod. But he posted some kind of RuneScape meme. I want to say it was a video of like John Summit, like on stage. Like I think he was just like throwing his hands up, and like at one point he just like moves all his limbs in one certain way that he totally hit the classic RuneScape dance emote.
No shot.
And it was Oddmob who posted it. That was like a side by side of that with with the emo. We can continue on. I'll let you know if I find it, but Yeah, that went super viral. That was funny that you mentioned that because I did see that and I was like, damn, dude, Odd Mob knows ball, I guess.
There's one clip I put on my Twitter one time of where I am DJing, and it's an old like clip from DJing as Endor, and then like I pull up my phone and I've got like RuneScape.
You had the mobile going.
I had like I was doing like agility because I was doing the agility grind, right? And I was trying to get like 99 agility, and I was doing RD rooftops, which is like the slowest, most painful thing you can do on this game. And I was doing it 24/7, and I had it open while I was doing a gig, which is why no one ever books me nowadays.
The grind doesn't stop, dude.
Good times.
I love the like people just posting their 99s like out in the woods, or my wife is giving birth, or like NFL players like just maxed in RuneScape. Like that shit is so funny to me.
That was Chig, right? His name is Chig.
Yep,
Do you guys know he's going to be on the Sebe cast this week?
What?
Fuck.
That's funny.
We gotta get him on.
That's the
That's
next
crazy.
Sebe guest, dude. Yeah.
That's really funny. I love stuff like that. It's such a bro thing to do, to be like, hey, check out my RuneScape account.
I think there was like a photo that was doing the rounds, and someone was flying a 747 plane, and they had RuneScape open, and they had their like phone
hell yeah
on the controls of the cockpit, and I was like, yeah, I'm not sure how like safe I'd feel if someone was trying to like.
It's on autopilot,
dude.
That's AFKing the flight.
There's no job more safe.
The captain comes over. He's like,
just want to let everybody know that we'll have a good flight. We're starting our descent, and I just got 9800 on RuneScape.
Easy. I just dropped the thing in the channel, and I messaged it to you, Messiah, the Odd Mob tweet that I was looking at. Yeah. It's just John Hammond just totally like just hitting the RuneScape dance emote.
Dude, wait a minute. Do you guys think that, I know this is a little off topic, but do you guys think that pilots like feel pressure to sound exactly like all other pilots when they come over the intercom?
You have a certain way you're expected to sound.
It's a wild question.
Like I'm sure that you're a new pilot, you're sitting there, you're about to press the button for the first time, and you're like, shit, am I going to do the voice? I'm doing the voice. And then you click it and they just do that, I'm sure Captain speaking. And it's like I
would actually want to go against the grain and like put my own flavor on it.
Yeah, maybe.
The customers out though, man. Like
that's what I was saying.
What kind of flavor are you trying to put on my safety message?
I wonder.
No, just like a little thing at the end, like everyone, this, and everybody enjoy your flight. And then it's like, oh, that's the guy who says the flight like that.
I'm getting off the plane. I'm getting off the goddamn plane.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It's just like a little Easter egg, It's like a little got you.
Tested it, and they know that they're like, you must be as quiet and peaceful and low key as possible. Because
I'm sure that's part of the training.
Yeah, man.
I want my guy to sound like calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah, defo. I think that's how they project their calmness, right?
Yeah, like he's done this 200 million times and only seen a Boeing go down 7.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that is probably something they do teach you, to look calm in front of other people, because some people have like really bad anxiety flying. Sometimes when the Xanax and the edibles hitting me really hard, and then I'm like, I like the first thing I do is look at the flight attendants, and I'm like, okay, they're good.
Oh yeah, okay. You see someone like constantly looking at the flight attendants, they're having a bad time.
Like, can you imagine if you see the flight attendant like look worried? Like, what would you feel if you're also on a Xanax and edible?
Not good, yeah.
I have seen a flight attendant look worried before once.
No, I would not like that.
Comforting sight.
When you asked for another bottle of vodka,
dude. Well, we had it was a short flight, and we were gonna be. It was like College Station to Dallas, and we were like landing in a storm, and we got stuck in a holding pattern and did like 3 laps around the airport, and then went down for landing. And I don't know what the deal was, but the visibility was so bad that the pilot, like 20 yards off the ground, bailed and pulled up, and we like flew away, did one more circle, and then went back home. They flew us back to the airport we took off of, which, hey, I'll take over crashing, but it was still like, what the? And as we were coming in for that, like almost landing in our destination, that the look on the flight attendant's face, I was like, is this a bad move? Like, should we? Should we just go? But she was like buckled up and yeah.
Maybe they were worried because they were clocking off in 20 minutes. They just wanted to get home. They were like,
yeah, man,
now we have to
maybe
go back to wherever. But yeah.
Yep.
That's insane that they took you back.
Yeah,
to the first airport.
Yeah, that's protocol. Like if you don't feel safe about a landing, you turn around and you go home. And
I've had a landing bailed like once. It's not super rare to have that happen. I forget there's a term for it. I forget what it is, but there's like
go around.
Yeah, I think that's what it is actually. Yeah.
In the UK, maybe it's called a go around. Yeah.
Not fun. No.
Yeah, it's worrying when you can see the runway and then you just go back up and it's like, fuck it, are we gonna land ever? Like, we're gonna land at some point, but are we gonna be in control of the plane? You know what I mean? It's a little worrying.
Yeah, bro, I could land that. Get me in there, dude. I'm telling you, just a couple.
Just knocking on pilot's door.
He's too much of a pussy. Let me try, dude. Let me try once.
I got this, dude. Hand me the keys.
Yeah. Maybe the pilot just wanted to do like another hunter level or whatever. He was like, oh shit. Yeah. My box straps is shaking. I can't land this right now.
I was on a flight once where the runway was like, there was like a body of water and then there's the runway right at the edge of it. And I don't think
I love that shit.
I don't think this was planned because of the like general reaction from everyone on the plane. But like he got really close to the water before hitting the runway, like got really low before we were on land. And like we were like really close to the water. And like I'm always like on any roller coaster or anything, I'm like, dude, I'm fucking fine. Like we're gonna be like, these guys know what they're doing. I'm never like worried, but like there was a general like gasp in the whole plane. Like everyone like, oh, as we got super close to the water. And I was like, shit, are we gonna die?
Did you not listen? The planes can land on water. They go through the whole thing in the beginning.
Well, not if you land on the water and hit right into the edge of land.
Oh, well,
probably
I don't know the geography. Okay, my bad. Maybe you do
it'll
die.
Catch an edge like a snowboard and you just be tumbling, dude.
Okay, well, the Xanax is warranted.
Okay, yeah.
You just can't take it from the old lady next to you. You can't do that.
All right, thank you, Hamzy. Thank you, Hamzy. That was a brilliant thing for the podcast. I want to go back over to Dan real quick because I have a personal question. I saw The Substance probably a couple months ago. My buddy's a really big movie connoisseur. He works out in California. And he really enjoyed the Pump It Up song. He thought it was a brilliant play for the movie. So my question to you is, Pump It Up came out in what, 2019?
Correct.
And then obviously The Substance came out in 2024. When were you contacted by the movie being like, hey, we really like this song and we want to use it for the movie? Was it like 2 years advance from the movie coming out, 3 years advance? Because sometimes these things get planned in advance and sometimes they're just spontaneous. And I'd love to know the experience.
This is a whole thing. So you kind of opened up a can of worms here because I have to now state that it wasn't actually my version of Pump It Up that they used in The Substance.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say because I just watched it and it was a little different. But okay, but if you go to the soundtrack on Spotify, it is your song.
Exactly. So the great thing is we are profiting. I say we because I mean me and the record label. We're profiting really hard off this movie using the song. But they never came to us for express permission to use my version because it's not actually my version in the thing. But when people in the movie sit there and Google, Pump It Up song, they get my version. So we're kind of like benefiting from that. And
so whose version is it?
So we don't know whose version it is because it's just some kid in their bedroom who's made this track. I haven't done my homework. Maybe you can find out who it is, but I actually don't know for sure whose version this is.
So did they tell you that it was going to be, did they like ask you if they can use your song? And then did they tell you we're going to tweak it, or did you just kind of find out? Did you feel any sort of way about it not being your version?
What you need to understand is my version is also technically a remix of a really old song. So the original Pump It Up was a track that was released in like the 90s or something. I remixed that into a modern thing, and then this kid whose version has been used in The Substance has also gone back and remixed that one. So I basically have nothing to do with the version that's in The Substance, and I'm just profiting off it because when people search Pump It Up, my one comes up first.
So interesting. So I watched that movie and I just assumed the one that was in the movie was like what you remixed yours off of, but that's not even the original.
No, it's not. It's not the original. I think it's some other kid's remix. But yeah, it's brilliant for me because the streams go crazy like because of this film. The streams are going up. I think one day we hit like 900,000 streams in a day, so like just shy of 1 million streams in one day, which is sometimes what you'd get on one song for like a year. So yeah.
Okay, also another day that your song blew up, I don't know if you remember this, I'm sure you do, is back when the GameStop stock was going crazy and like that song was getting played all the time over like clips of GameStop stuff because everyone is like the pump it up. And I just remember I had a bunch of GameStop stock at the time, and I was listening to. I literally had that song on repeat for hours as I just watched the number go up. I probably listened to the song 100 times that day. No joke. I was
That's
just
so funny.
Yeah. And so, do you remember that at all? Like when everyone was listening to it for the stock reasons?
I wasn't. I'm not massively familiar with what happened with the GameStop. It was when their stock went through the roof, right? Like
this was
there's a whole thing.
2020 when it really when it hit like $420 a share and
right. I see. But it's also synonymous with the cryptocurrency scene, right?
Yeah.
Like the crypto bros use Pump It Up as an anthem for them. So whenever Bitcoin is like, rocketing, which it is right now, actually, as we're recording this podcast, Bitcoin's kind of hit an all-time high. The Pump It Up song benefits because they use it as their anthem. And
that's so funny.
Obviously, when Bitcoin crashes, as it does from time to time, the song depreciates as well. But
it's actually funny.
It gets less plays. But one really cool thing that happened to me actually was that that Bitcoin magazine in the Netherlands booked me for a gig in Amsterdam, and they paid me with Bitcoin. So that's only
actually
Bitcoin
hilarious,
I own,
dude. That's so awesome.
That's so fun. We live in this weird world. Like dude, there's graphs that you could draw of the RuneScape economy, the USD, Nancy Pelosi's stock trades, Bitcoin price, and streams of your song Pump It Up, and they all track like kind of along a similar path. That's just weird.
They correlate for sure.
That's just weird. It's weird.
I do have a very random question, just more music related stuff. I think this might have even been how I discovered your music. Someone I'm a huge fan of, who I think is a huge fan of your music, because I think he's used your music in a lot of stuff, is Michael Beebe.
I do know. Yeah, I mean, he's like the coolest guy in the tech house scene for sure.
So are you like, how closely are you two associated? I know there's been some like work you've done together, or like mixes or.
So Michael Beebe has a record label, and for those who don't know, he's like a UK DJ, and he does tech house, and he's kind of like the leader of the tech house scene, I'd say. But I met him backstage at a festival one time, and he was super cool, and kind of he was so cool that I just felt like I probably wasn't cool enough to go and talk to him. But I said hello to him, I told him who I was, and that was kind of where the conversation ended. But a few years later, I sent him a track, and he liked it enough to put that track on his record label. So that was something really cool. But I don't talk to him very much. I think he's just he's kind of the king of the tech house scene, so you don't get a lot of airtime with someone like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fucking beast, and I mean, with everything he's went through in the last couple of years with like the cancer and everything, I mean, it's so nice to see him back out and doing his thing again. Like, really, I mean, I love that guy to death, and I know. Did you ever like do it back to back with him or like mix with him?
I'd love to, but that's just not happened yet. I mean, like,
okay. So me and my best friends used to do like a thing where we would like bring people in to play shows like nearby, and we got him to come to DC to play at a venue called U Street Music Hall. And so my best friend and another girl that we're friends with, they were doing it back to back, opening up for him. My boy and this girl, she gets absolutely obliterated. She gets so fucked up, and she played one of his songs or a remix of one of his songs.
So
and
we should explain for those who don't know. If you're a lower DJ and you're warming up for the headliner, and you accidentally play one of the headliner's songs, that's like a massive faux pas in DJing. You do not want to play, like, if someone was opening for me and they played Pump It Up, they'd effectively have stolen my thunder.
I mean, yeah, could you imagine?
So
it was a remix of one of his songs, but it was still and the thing is, she didn't even know she did it. Like, she was just, I think, out of her mind. But I remember I was in the booth, like, not talking to him. I was shy, just like off to the side. But he did kind of just think it was funny. But that's cool that you've had that interaction with him.
Yeah. Do you guys remember a song called Rinse and Repeat, which is like, time to make the club go up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys remember Rinse and Repeat, right? So that's by a DJ called Riton. And I was opening up for Riton, and I played Rinse and Repeat in my set before Riton because I'm a moron. And he was so cool about it. He was like, "Oh, bro, I didn't even hear it," but secretly, I know he heard it. He's just a nice guy. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh man, that's the nightmare, dude. You never want to piss off the guy you're opening for.
Exactly. That's the way to piss off the headline DJ is play their song beforehand.
That'd be fucking hilarious to hear like a band that's opening up for another band play their song. Like, okay, now that one was.
That's even one step further. Like, you're playing the notes. It's more than just pressing a button. Like
you're like, dude, that can't
be a mistake.
Yeah.
Although, no, that's
considering
at that point.
Considering the kind of concerts I go to are all like prog rock stuff. I bet actually most of the people involved would think it would be fucking sick because it would be just a little bit different. Like having the artist from another band just play the headliner's songs would actually be sick.
Yeah, it'd be great to hear, wouldn't it? Their take on it and how it would sound through their.
I'm sure there's a tasteful way to do it.
Well, I saw it was Intervals and Pliny opening for Animals as Leaders, I think.
That's a fucking lineup, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was sick. And so they called it Plintervals tour because Pliny and Intervals, when like Intervals would open and then literally Aaron from Intervals and Pliny would just switch spots on stage and high five and they'd be like, and now we're Pliny. And they're just.
And now we're Pliny.
Yeah, and they toured with Troy Wright, I think was drumming for both of the bands. So it was like
a fucking monster.
He's insane, dude. So yeah, it was like it was kind of what I'm describing, where they just, oh look, now those people are playing. They're the other band now.
So you've said that you've kind of maybe taken the foot off the pedal a little bit with the music creation and the touring and everything. RuneScape is the passion with the videos. Is there a plan what does the overall future for you look like in terms of RuneScape creation, music, all of it together? How do they work hand in hand?
Well, it's probably a good opportunity for me to say that I make 0 IRL GP from my RuneScape videos. I have not made a single penny of any. Well, yeah, I mean, it would be really nice to earn some money from them, but I'm not eligible to monetize. It's nothing that's it's never been a goal to make it into a career where it's actually monetized. I just do it because I love it. So
why aren't you eligible for monetization? You have all the metrics, don't you?
Apparently you need to have, because here's the thing, Tasty, because my videos are short, to monetize you have to have a certain number of watch hours, and because I make 30 or 1 minute videos and not like 10 or 20 minute videos, I'm really far off the metric for how many watch hours you need. So basically,
that makes sense.
What I want people to know is that I literally am making no money from these videos. So, that's just it's just a passion project, and it's possibly not sustainable. At some point, I'm gonna have to stop trying to live off my savings and go back to doing a proper job, or at least trying to make some music as well. But for now, I'll just keep making my RuneScape videos as best I can. But eventually I intend to go back to music, and I do love doing music. There's just not enough hours in the day to play RuneScape like a nerd, make videos, and do music. So I have to choose one or two things to do. But to answer your question, I did promise myself that in the first half of 2025 I would get back to music, and we're 23 days into January and I have not made any music yet. So yeah.
You said first half of the year. You got 5 more
so
months,
much
buddy.
time.
You're chilling, dude.
Okay. Yeah, that's what
you
I'm
got time. You got time. And then in terms of future RuneScape content creation, what can we look forward to? I mean, you teased a little bit of the streaming thing. Like, is that something you realistically would be making moves into? Like, when do you think you would do that?
Yeah. So for Christmas, I bought this lovely mic stand that you can see. And I think that was my way of saying, right, we're getting the last bits of kit ready to go streaming. And that needs to happen. So I think, within the next couple months, possibly after RuneFest or pre-RuneFest, I'll go for some streaming. But I do want to drop some longer videos because the pressure has been mounting to do those. But yeah, mostly I just want to do the content that feels the most natural to me. And if that means sticking with short form content and just churning those out and having a good time with them, then that's probably still what you'll see from me. Because I think I got a lane.
You do have a lane and you're really good at it. I don't know the pressure of the long form videos. I mean, I don't know if they're completely necessary, but like you got your niche and it's really good. Like it's
the streams would also bang too.
Videos are a good idea, honestly. I know it's like make sure you have like a solid idea for it. Don't just like pump them out because you want to get videos out.
That's the thing, Tasty. I haven't nailed that one concept for the first long form video, and I want to make sure I come out with a really strong concept when I say, hey, look, this is going to be my series and you can expect 10 whole videos of this.
Have you considered just like diving deeper into like one of your shorts that you released, like taking a similar concept and expanding it? That's probably a good place to start.
Absolutely. I could look at the shorts that have done the best or the most high performing or whatever, and that could be a good place to start. But the thing about the shorts is they're all like loads of different themes. So I feel like if I do make one video, I want it to be really engaging as well. And I want it to cover loads of different themes, topics within the wilderness, loads of styles of PKing, etc., etc. And that doesn't necessarily lend myself to doing a bronze man mode video or a rebuild from scratch video. So
yeah, don't do those anyway. Those are
everyone's already done them.
9 Rain did Bronze Man. You can't do that anymore. Rebuilds, very 2018.
That is the thing in the PvP community, and I love everyone who makes PvP content, and I want them to keep going. It's the same ideas recycled. Like, how many times are we going to watch someone doing a 0 GP to 1 bill? Like,
I really think there's space
all I have
for
is
creativity
DDS.
In PvP, because PvP videos are honestly, they're some of the best RuneScape videos you could possibly have. I think there is a lot of room for creativity, but I don't want to sidetrack us, gentlemen. We've been going for an hour and a half already. I think we should probably make our way to the Patreon podcast before too long.
Yes. Yes.
Sounds good.
Do we?
No, you're coming onto the Patreon podcast, buddy. Unless you don't have time, in which case you can.
I will have to go to bed at some stage, but
it's shorter. But we do before hopping over there have the Twitter workshop.
Yes, where we have tweets that we think about sending out all week, and then we, get them workshopped with the homies. I got 2 for you guys today.
I got one really bad one.
I got 2 tweets. Yeah,
I have a horrible one.
I don't know. I think mine are like okay. They're not. Nothing's crazy, but like, all right. Should I just go?
Yeah, send it, man.
Yeah. Right. Send it.
Fire Cape son or melee DPS daughter?
Wait,
I love it.
Tasty loves it too. It's a banger. Oh, let's go.
The Tob reference is completely lost on me. I think that is a Tob reference to melee.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a Tob reference with so it's Fire Cape son or melee DPS daughter. All right, I'm probably gonna send that one.
It's the ego roll.
Yeah.
It's like the easiest roll.
Or this one I might just yeet sometime during the week. It's if my work finds my Twitter, I'm fucked.
that was kind of funny, actually. That makes me giggle.
It's funny because he ain't got a job.
That's why it's funny, you know.
That is funny, dude.
I ain't do nothing, bro. Well, I really do stuff, but
mine's really bad, dude. I don't know. I guess I was drunk when I put this in the draft. I'm like if Wooks was blind and retarded.
Thank you. Retard's making a comeback, huh? It really is.
It really is.
Back.
Mine's also pretty fucking stupid, but I'm rocking it this week. BBC, bald by choice. Tag your favorite BBC.
That's great. That's good. That's really good.
It works because he's bald.
Yeah.
Solid. Yeah, send it. I'll give that one a retweet, Tasty. Get it out there, man.
Oh, let's go, dude. Hell yeah.
Well, Mr. Dan,
you got anything?
Do you like to tweet? Do you like to make funny little tweets, or do you?
Bro, tweet. That's my jam, man. I love being on Twitter. I like memeing the fuck out of like Jagex and RuneScape content because it is just so memeable. There are lots of like predictable themes and. I think, do you guys remember when Jagex do the game jam thing and they kind of like tease a load of little ideas that they're working on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love game jams.
That was one of the things that I thought was really funny because I did parody game jam posts on my Twitter where I would make like fake things that I was pretending that were going to get added to the game. Like I did one which was adding SIGs to the game. I know you guys, you Americans. Oh wait. English people call them, but that's not
you can say
in
it.
America.
You can say it. We can't say it. We cannot say that.
Let's for the purpose of the podcast, we're going to call them SIGs. But I put like, what if Jagex introduced smoking into RuneScape and your character could like smoke?
I feel like we tossed that on Behe. Did we not? Did we not throw that on Behe?
We did. We made a joke about that once on Behe.
Guys, we have.
I think that was you. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful podcast today. We are going to hop over to the Patreon. Don't be a coward. We got more content for you. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much. Good night. Yeah, someone going to take us out. 9 Rain, take us out.
I love you guys, and we'll see you in the After Dark thing.
Week. Don't skip. We have some news for you because we have recently reworked our entire podcast format. We will still be conducting one normal podcast a week, but now Tier 1 patrons will have access to a weekly exclusive Patreon podcast that's going to be even more based and more After Dark. We've also updated our other tiers to include perks that allow you to directly interact with the podcast and influence the topics that we speak about. The Patreon will be linked in the description below.